When I was just 7 months young, I had a very bad case of whooping cough. My body shook so violently that it not only left me with a crossed eye, it left me with no sight in that eye. So early on, I figured out how to shrink myself, how to stay in the background, how to avoid attention, because I believed my flaw meant that I was unworthy. You see, I convinced myself that having this flaw meant that I wasn't good enough. So early on, I put on a mask. I became the people pleaser, the one who stayed in the background, hoping that no one would notice me, and hoping, desiring that someday I would feel like I belonged. At the age of 9, I underwent surgery to correct the situation. And I can clearly remember hearing the doctor tell my mother, if Eileen ever gets hit in the eye, she will go totally blind. Can you imagine how a 9-year-old would feel hearing that? So, after that, I never played sports. I never did anything challenging. If it had any risk involved, I wasn't having it. I kept on that mask. I became the fun-loving, carefree, life of the party gal on the outside. On the inside, I was dying every single day. I had such an anxious fear in me that if I ever did get hit in the head, that I would go blind. As an adult, I went through a tough divorce, and after spending years of allowing other people to give me my worth, I had to finally come to a realization that I wasn't enough. I wasn't worthy. And then I had a thought. What if that story wasn't true? That one question alone changed the trajectory of my life. And it allowed me to discover 3 pivotal questions that not only changed my life and how I believed about myself, but it helped others. When you ask these 3 pivotal questions, they become a tool for you to use. They allow you to open up and expand your mindset, to feel what you are feeling. Those thoughts that come to you that I am not good enough, I am not worthy, I will never be successful. You can reframe all of those into positive outcomes. And in doing so, you challenge all of the beliefs that have come into your life this far. The questions. What if is the story that I'm telling myself true? Where did the story even come from? And what if I told myself a different story? I have had the opportunity to work with many women who do not believe that they are worthy. Over the past 14 years, I have helped them to reframe their beliefs and their mindsets. You see, I work with women to teach them about their finances, their credit, and how to pull out their unique skills and talents to bring their genius out into the world. Whether it's working through my group programs or one-on-one with my clients, I have had tremendous transformations occur. Take, for example, Nancy. When I first met her, she was ready to give up. She was so frustrated in her business that all she wanted to do is quit. And then when we used these 3 powerful questions as a tool for her, she not only regained her passion for her business and her motivation, she made a priority of her health. And in doing so, she has now built a thriving business that continues to grow and serve others. So I ask you, whenever you have those doubts, whenever you have those beliefs creep in that you are not worthy and you are not good enough, ask yourself these 3 simple questions. They will allow you to reframe where you are at that moment in time and become the person that you should become. using my own situation. Is the story that I'm telling myself true? My belief was that I had to hide behind my eye condition because my flaw meant I wasn't worthy. Is that even true? Of course not. And where did this story even come from? For me, it was childhood comments. Some were very harsh, some were mild. Things like, "What is wrong with you?" And "You're a freak." And for me, I had to shrink myself so that I could blend in and not think of those things. As we ask ourselves the question, we really believe that the story that we're telling ourselves does not come from truth, but it comes from fear or past experiences or the assumptions that we have. And what if I told myself a different story? What if, instead of hiding behind my eye condition and feeling the shame, what if I had the confidence to own it? If I had fully owned my own worth, I would have done things differently. I would have been less fearful. I would have been more confident. I would have been able to achieve other things greater than I already have in my life. The stories that we tell ourselves are not true. Your weaknesses, your flaws are not your reality. And when you recognize that and you realize that they are the proof that you do have authenticity, that you do have strength, that you can be the person that you want to be, everything will change for you in your life. So I ask you, whenever you are feeling doubt, insecurities, I'm not worthy, I am not good enough, whenever those whispers creep in, pause and ask yourself the question, is this story even true? And once you challenge that story, you now have the availability to change it. You can rewrite it. And when you do that, that is when real transformation begins. Thank you.